So as you can see right here, we have $3,500 spent with $8,500 back and a 2.3 ROAS on ad spend with Pinterest ads alone. Hey, what's up everyone? My name's Jonathan Molendijk and welcome to The Creed. Today I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes of one of my 15K a day stores. I'm going to give you all of the back-end systems that I'm currently using on Pinterest to give you the opportunity to hopefully go out, create your own ads, and start making some money. So let's not waste any time and let's hop right into this lesson. So as you can see here, right now I am in my Pinterest Ads Manager. I'm going to take you guys through all of the steps on how to actually create the ad. So when it comes to creating a Pinterest ad, basically the first thing that you're going to want to do is create a board that your pin will go onto. This is basically like a collection, and that's where you're going to keep all of your pins. This does have to be public, so make sure that you make it public so that you can create your ads. As we go through here, you'll see I always optimize for conversion events. With Pinterest, they don't have the purchase conversion, they only have the checkout conversion, so you're going to optimize for a checkout conversion. So basically what we'd do is we would take the product, let's just call it PT, and then we would go dash conversion, and then we would go dash interest, because these are going to be interest ads, and then we would put the break-even ROAS, which average I like to do a 1.3 ROAS for certain products that I like to optimize for. You'll see here for the campaign spend limit, you can put in a campaign spend limit just like with Facebook they have CBO, but we don't want to do that. It's a lot simpler if we just optimize it at the ad set level. So leave this blank, keep that active, and let's continue on. So we've just created the campaign. We are now in the ad group level. Once we're in the ad group level, this is basically where we're going to be picking our interests. So we're going to start with basic interest targeting. That's going to expand out, and then once we have some detailed information, then we're going to narrow it down with that detailed information and optimize it for some better conversions. So start broad, narrow down to smaller. Start broad, narrow down to smaller. So with the ad group, you would basically name it the interest. For this, I'm just going to make it, we'll do pets, so I'll make it dogs, and then we would want to put the audience size. So as we come into here, we'll just look through here. Okay, so animals, break down animals, and then in animals, mammals, dogs. Dogs, as you can see, we have a potential reach of 539,000, which isn't huge, but you'll notice that will get a bit bigger as we add some additional. So basically with Pinterest, what's interesting about it is not only can you do interests or audiences based on lookalikes, but you can actually do what's called keyword targeting. And this basically optimizes your ads just a little bit more and gives you a bit more detailed reach when it comes to your ads. And Pinterest actually gives you the keywords to use. Like, literally, Pinterest is a way of launching ads with absolutely no experience and still getting results because they guide you through every single step. So as we go through here, we have the keywords, and look, we'll just go into here, we'll put in dog, right? Because we're doing something for dogs. So we'll do dog idea. You can see here they say a minimum of 25, so that's why, as you can see over here, we want a minimum of 25 to 30 detailed keywords, okay? So that's basically what we're looking for, a minimum of 25 to 30 detailed keywords. On this page right here, you'll see that they already have 25, all with audience sizes or monthly searches of 5 million. So what we'll do is we'll just add all results, and as you can see down here, we now have 25. So 25 keywords altogether. These are all relating to dogs. We have a main interest, the mothership interest basically, that is dogs. Our audience size has already gone up a little bit. So let's continue with the process. We now have the main, which is dogs. We have the keyword targeting, which is details about dogs or search terms about dogs. And then when we go to genders, leave it at all. The audiences aren't huge on Pinterest, so we want to just have this reach as many people as possible. Ages, again, leave it at all. We want to hit as many people as possible. For location, we want to do tier 4. It's not that expensive with Pinterest, so that's why it's possible to do this. So we'll do Canada, Australia, United Kingdom and United States. They like to hide the United States on you. US, there we go. Okay, language, we're gonna pick English only. And device, we'll leave it on all the devices. Placement, leave it on all the placements, let it do its thing. Expand Pinterest targeting with your tag. No, we do not want that. We want to use the targeting that we just implemented with the interests and the keywords. We don't want them expanding on their own. Yes, you can use this. I don't use it, but you can use it. I don't recommend using it, but Pinterest will sometimes recommend using it, but just don't listen to them. Daily budget. So basically, since this is such a broad, as you can see right here, we are now at 9.6 million to 10 million. So it's still in the middle, which is great. That's what we want, but it is still quite a large audience. So whenever we do this, we want to make sure that we're starting with the if you're just starting out with drop shipping or you're just starting out with Pinterest ads and you don't have a huge budget, $20 is fine. But you don't want to go much lower. We don't want to be doing $5 a day ad sets with Pinterest because these are such big audiences and Pinterest optimizes incredibly well. So $20 minimum, we'll do $20 minimum. And then as you can see over here, I have set your target CPM to ensure complete budget spend. So I put 20 to 50 because on average with my interest ads, I'm spending anywhere from $100 to $500 per interest. So I want to set my CPMs quite high. I'll actually typically do about 50 to 80, but basically do it in relation to what your daily ad spend is. So if you're spending $20 a day, what you're going to want to do is make your CPM relatively high. So we would make the CPM, right? So target average cost per action right here. As you can see, CPM, we have a daily budget of $20, we'll make it 10. I know it seems high, but typically they will never actually end up spending your complete CPM. So you got to make sure that you set this high or else Pinterest actually will end up not spending your complete budget. You want them spending all of the budget so that you get all of the results that you're trying to get. So we're doing a daily budget, as you can see, of $20 here. We have the Pinterest tag already installed. Setting that up is pretty straightforward. They'll go through that. Actually, if you're struggling with setting up your Pinterest ads, you can reach out and Pinterest will actually, like, this is why I love Pinterest. They'll actually give you a rep to walk you through setting up your Pinterest tags, and then they'll give you a rep to walk you through how to set up everything too. So they go above and beyond with their support. So as we come through here, right, look, we're going to do the conversions. There is no purchase conversions with Pinterest, so we're going to do a checkout conversion. We just put in our CPM of $10, as you can see, so CPM of $10. And then we come down here to the conversion window. So the conversion window will always default to 30, 30, 30. Basically what we want to do is we want to do this a little bit smaller because we're optimizing for purchases, and that typically means faster action. So the person visits the store, typically they're purchasing right away or within a day or two. So as you can see, what the 30, 30, 30 means is 30 days after clicking, 30 days after engagement, 30 days after they've viewed your ad. So what I like to do is a 771. So 7 days after clicking the ad, 7 days after engagement, and 1 day after they viewed the ad. So I've just noticed that the optimization with Pinterest and the tag is much more effective when you do this because it does actually affect the optimization of the ads. So make sure you do a 771 if you're optimizing for checkout EI purchases with Pinterest ads. So basically, now that we're at this point, what we've done is we've set up the Pinterest tag, which I'm going to let you guys do on your own because that's its own little thing. We've selected a broad interest stack, which was dogs, right? We've selected 25 to 30 keywords, which Pinterest literally just gives to you to put in. We've gone through, we've set our CPM high, right? Typically you want it to be something quite close to what your actual daily spend is. So we had a daily budget of $20 for this ad. We're putting the CPM at $10 per day. We have a conversion window of 771 and an audience size of 2 to 3 million is ideal, but typically you'll only notice that your lookalike audiences will be. So 2 to 3 million is actually basically a minimum. Here, as you can see, we have an audience size of 9.6 to 10.3. So That's still okay. We just don't want huge ones like 40 or 50 million. That's pushing the limits a little bit. But typically 2 to 3 million is ideal, 9 to 10 perfectly fine. So as we continue on here, right, so we're gonna wanna go through and actually create the pin now. So we've got the ad, right? We've got the campaign created. Now we're going through and we're actually creating the actual visual ad that people are gonna see. So to do that, basically what you need to do is you just scroll down, hit create pin, and basically a pin is like a post. And what's really cool with Pinterest is they not only promote your post as an ad while you're paying for it, but on the back end, they're also promoting it as an organic post too. So this is why Pinterest is so incredibly cool and why I highly recommend that you start out with Pinterest, because you're gonna notice probably about 70% of your purchases and engagement will be from your paid ads, but then the other percentage will be from your actual organic engagement that Pinterest is just cranking out on the back end. They're firing up your ads on the back end, reaching people, making you money with zero ad spend. Zero. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what's going on there right after we create the ad. So when you come into the ad, a couple things to remember. You're going to need to first create a board. So the board you can actually do right after you create the ad, but the board is basically like a collection where all of your ads or posts will go. So I typically like to have one board. Don't name it something stupid like Pinterest ads. Name it something like creative ideas or interesting products or something like that. So then people can actually click on it thinking like, oh, maybe it's creative or interesting ideas, as opposed to just knowing that there's nothing but ads in that board. So create a name that's something a little bit unique. When it comes to the pin video, make sure your video is 1080 by 1920. So that's the optimized one. That's what Pinterest recommends. Make sure the video format is H.264. So you'll notice that some video files aren't in this format, but you do have to switch them over to this format for Pinterest. So just make sure that you're switching them over. If you use Final Cut Pro like me, you can actually select an export filter that sends it out in H.264. So just make sure you do that formatting. If you can't do that through your video editing software, there's conversion softwares online that can switch the video formatting for you, but you will need it in H.264. So make your header catchy and clearly explain the product. So your header is basically this, your title. So if we're doing a dog product, one product that I tried out that I didn't end up continuing on with, actually, you guys might want to try it out. It was a dual dog leash. It was a really interesting product, but it didn't end up working out that well. So we'll put in dual dog leash. Or actually, no, you know what? We want to make it something catchy. So like walk, we'll make it walk two dogs at the same time. Walk two dogs, or walk two dogs, no tangle. There we go, I like that. And then we'll put like maybe like a little dog or something. I don't like that one. Dog, I like this little guy. And then we'll put a little heart too, because why not? So walk two dogs, no tangle. So no longer will you need walking two dogs without the stress of tangled leashes. Boom. Okay, walk two dogs without the stress of tangled leashes. We'll put like some heart eyes. Maybe if it will let me. I don't know if it will let me. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. So something catchy. So it's like walk two dogs, no tangle. So it's like, whoa, walk two dogs, no tangle. I always have my dog leashes tangling. Oh my God. So like that catches their attention. It has a cute little dog, really fires them up. Then it's like a little bit more detail, right? As we come in here, walking two dogs without the stress of tangled leashes, right? So, and then we'll just put like easy to use, stress-free, no tangling leashes. So it's basically like you want to use your heading as the main catcher. So something that's like, whoa, what is this? Catches their attention, and then this goes into a little bit more detail. So walking two dogs without the stress of tangle leashes, easy to use, stress-free, no tangling, well, while walking your little ones. There we go, that's cute, sure. Add the destination link. So destination link is basically going to be the link to your product page where you're selling this product. And again, the cool thing is this is an organic post. So this link, all of this stuff is visible as an organic post to you. People are clicking your link, going to your ad page, and they're purchasing literally for free. You're not spending any cost on ads. It's all organic. Pinterest fires me up. So when it comes to the ad itself, we've now got the title, we've got the description. You would put your link here. We would put a publish later date. Typically, I like to launch my ads the following day. I don't like to launch them the same day, so you can select that right there. Up here is where the boards are. So as you can see, we'll select, and I've already got some boards. I'm not going to show you guys those because they're private, but you would basically go down here and hit create a board. So again, when you create a board, make sure that your board is something that's a little bit unique. It's basically something like interesting products or something like that. Don't make it Pinterest ads. And again, it does have to be public. So that's where you would create that. In here is where you would put your ad. Again, we went over the specs. It has to be 1080 by 1920, formatting H.264. We've gone through, we've made a catchy header, we've added a detailed description, added your product page and link. Select a custom thumbnail is a huge thing. So especially with Pinterest, it's a very visual platform. So you want to make sure that your pin thumbnail, so your pin thumbnail really pops, really stands out to everyone. So make sure that it's something that like, whoa, really kind of catches your eye, really draws the viewer in. And then at the same time, your title really needs to draw the viewer in. So I'm not going to go over the ad creation because that's something that's for a completely different video, but basically create a really great ad with a really great thumbnail and have the beginning of the ad very catchy. So the first 2 to 3 seconds, make sure it's really captivating the audience, drawing them into the ad and making them want to continue to watch. So once you've implemented all of that, you've selected your board up here, you then would hit publish, and that would actually launch your entire ad. So we've gone through, we've created the whole back end of everything, you've created your ad, and then boom, you launch your ad. And once you've done that, there's a couple key things to remember. So after you've launched your ad, make sure that you remember that your CPM needs to be reasonably high. So when we were creating the ad, we had a daily ad spend of $20 per day, and we set the CPM at 10. So the reason why it's set so high is because if you were to set that CPM at $5 or even lower, you're not going to end up spending your entire budget. Pinterest just won't run your ads all day long. So set your CPMs relatively high. I say 20 to 50 here, but realistically I would say probably about 50% of what your daily ad spend for that ad is. Make your interest tax reasonably large, so 2 to 3 million minimum. That's kind of the ideal size, but anything above that is a good idea. Anything below that, you don't really want to be doing that. That's a little bit low, especially for Pinterest, and they will overfeed your ad and do repeat ad showings to certain people. So make sure it's 2 to 3 million minimum. Make sure your Pinterest tag is set up. You can contact Pinterest, they'll walk you through that, they'll get you going. It's relatively easy, so they'll take care of you on that one. Make sure your video formatting is H.264 and that the video quality is 1080 by 1920. Optimize your conversion events for a 771. Again, this is honestly very important. I know it doesn't sound like it's important, but it is a 771. I cannot stress that enough. So 771, and make sure that your CPMs are high. These are the main things to remember and you really need to watch out for. Really make sure that you're implementing these correctly as you go through the ad process, and you'll notice that you will get incredible results. So I'm going to quickly take you guys through and show you exactly what's going on my back end and how I actually started out with this product a while back. This would have been back in March. We'll go with April 1st. Sure, that's relatively easy. I'm going to change this to that just so that I can get all of the information. Okay, Pinterest has so many little clicky things that you got to click. Okay, so as you can see here, starting out, I wasn't spending a ton of money. We're going to go into the conversion interest campaign, and as you can see here, I have a little bit of money spending, not a whole lot, but this was basically me starting out. So this is on a certain day one. I had a couple campaigns running, all interest ads, right? So different interests going down, spending a certain amount of money, and it was actually just these two that were running, so we'll go with these. So as you can see, it was just these two that were actually running. They didn't spend a whole ton, but these were huge audiences. So basically, when they first started out, we were going and we spent $112 for a complete return of $426 and a ROAS. As you can see here, they do in the 100th%, but basically this is a 3.79 return on ad spend. This was when I initially launched these ads, so I basically just tossed some ads out there just to see how they would perform, because I was testing this product out to just kind of like see how it would work. And as you can see, I spent $100 on the day and I made back $426. Boom, just like that. Super, super easy, made it back, good to go. And that's the beauty of Pinterest ads, is you can make money so fast and so easily. It's just ridiculous. But one thing to keep in mind is that the Pinterest audience and demographic on Pinterest is primarily females. So if your product does appease to a female crowd, you're going to do a lot better. I'm also going to show you guys this real quick. So if we go back over here to the Okay, perfect. So let's go back to April 1st and let's check that out on the back end. So as you can see here, over here you can do paid and earned or organic, and then that will give you how much money you're making or what you're getting from each one. So paid and earned, as you can see here, we did this, right? So this is all of the engagement. This is what was going on with that. And then if we go to organic, as you can see, we're still getting this amount of organic engagement. So with $100 spent, basically paid and earned, right, we did 557,000 impressions. But then over on the organic end, Pinterest is cranking it. So $100 spent and 20,000 impressions just from $100. And look at this engagement. Look at what's going on in one single day organically. This means that $100 is going way farther because you're getting an incredible amount of organic and paid reach. So this is why Pinterest is so great. It's very consistent, it's very good, very high engagement organically and paid, and that's why Pinterest ads are the way to go, I believe, especially when you're starting out. It will give you the best opportunity to grow and evolve in your dropshipping journey. Thank you all so much for joining me today on this video. I hope you learned so much insight about Pinterest ads. I 100% want to offer you all more value on the things that you're struggling with. So if you drop a comment below about the things that you want to see videos on, 100% I will definitely go through and try to make some content on those videos. If you aren't subscribed to this creed, make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be dropping new videos weekly to bi-weekly, and it's going to be filled with in-depth behind the scenes content on stuff that other people aren't showing you, straight to the lesson, straight to the point, teaching you all how to grow in your dropshipping journey. Thank you so much for joining me today, and have an amazing